Banished, how to increase population. So there's two ways to increase population. This is the population graph right here. One is to build more houses. If you reach a maximum to your population, try building more houses. In order for the population to increase, you have to have an empty house. A man and a woman have to get married. The woman has to be within a certain age range. I'm not sure what the age range is, but it's going to be something like 18 to 45 years old. The man can be older. They move into the same house and they will have children, which increases your population. The second way is through nomads. You have to build the town center. Nomads will arrive, and when they arrive, you can accept them or not accept them. At the beginning of the game, the number of nomads that arrive will be very small, maybe only 10 or 20. I think the most I've seen is 300. If you look at my graph, the sudden increase means that nomads arrived. You can check over here in the overview for the number of homes, number of families, etc. The other thing you can do is make sure that their health is good, because if their health is good, your population will increase, because as people are gone, they'll live longer, so they don't need to be replaced as often. It does push your population up higher. And I don't remember if people retire or not in this game. It's possible they keep on working. I'm sorry, but I don't remember the answer for that. You want health in the game. It's very important. So the issue I have is that I'm reaching some sort of a maximum. Don't know if I have empty houses or not. What I do is I use a mod that builds a double house. This is two houses, one on top of the other. You see it says second floor, and it has a different family in it. So this way I can have an increased population, have more people on the map. But these are wooden houses, which means that it's going to use more fuel. The other thing that I noticed, I'm going to look at my graph for herbs. And you notice that my supply went down to nothing. So what I've been doing is I've been buying herbs from the traders, which is bringing the supply back up, which should help with the health. Everything else, I think I'm doing pretty good. For example, you need a physician in case people get sick, because when the nomads come, they're going to spread illness. So you're going to want to have a lot of hospitals. When you have a lot of money, when you have a lot of stone, when you have a lot of wood, you got a lot of labor, build lots of hospitals, because you can increase them and decrease them whenever you want. And if you have a reason, if you have a large population that's sick, you can go and suddenly bring all the physicians and they can heal the population, and then if you need them to work again, you can bring it back down to zero. Because I have some people that are sick, and it doesn't show you who they are, I know I saw, oh, maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that I saw sick people. And because of that, I have to keep, here's one right now. So I have to keep the physicians until all the sick people are taken care of. That increases your population because they live longer. There's certain houses over here, this is called the Japanese row house. You notice that it's empty. That means that it has room for a family to move into it. It's an available house. These are houses that have a pretty high population. Looks like 20 people. And then, of course, you have this one, which is a boarding house, which you need when the nomads arrive. Okay, so to have an increase in population, you need to build more houses, have the town center for nomads, keep them healthy, which means you need a surplus of herbs. There is a certain building which is called the herbalist, and what happens is your citizens will go to the herbalist, and I think they gain half a heart. So you have to have herbalists all over the city. You have to have physicians in case they get sick. And then you have all the normal things like clothing, keeps them alive. It helps them survive the winter. You need to have the fuel for the firewood, the coal, to keep the buildings warm. That keeps them alive. There's a few things that can randomly happen. There's random events where you'll notice at the bottom there'll be a random event and we'll say someone got crushed by a rock or something like that. As far as I know, that has to do with education. If they're better educated, they're less likely to have a random event that terminates them. I'm not sure if diversity of food impacts their health. But everything that I mentioned did. There might be a mod if you go to the mod menu. See over here it says mods. There might be a mod that has something to do with health, but I don't use them. And there might be one that has to do with population. See, it says more stable population, production booster, realistic aging, etc. Okay, so those are my tips on how to increase your population. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.